That's interesting.
So Jeff, who is on line 12, is having a problem with his family.
Okay. Let's see if I can find Jeff. Jeff?
Yes.
How old are you, Jeff?
27.
Okay. What kind of problems?
Probably within the last month. It's probably been about a month. I just told my family that I was gay.
Uh-huh.
And unfortunately, right now, they're not too accepting of it.
What do they say?
My mom, when I first told her, she, said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Everything's okay." And I was like, "Okay, that's wonderful." And then the next day, she basically called me up and then cussed me out.
Saying?
That she really didn't want to have anything to do with me. And the main problem with that part is that she's an alcoholic.
Oh.
And my sister basically told me that she will do everything in her power to get me out of this situation.
What does that mean?
That, to me, that she's in denial and she can't accept it.
What do you mean, to get you out of the situation?
To get me out of being in a gay relationship.
Well, what does that mean she'll do?
She didn't even tell me. She said that she would fly me home if I needed to talk or get away or anything like that. And it's just to me very confusing.
Well, it's not confusing. It's if you could have a more integrated point of view. It's tragic, but there's also a silly quality to it, isn't there?
Somewhat, but my whole family never used to be really prejudiced or anything like that. And
well, you don't come from a well family.
No, not at all.
Okay, so besides your mother being alcoholic, what's your dad like?
My dad died when I was 2, so I've never had a dad.
Okay, and who else is there in the family?
I have 2 older brothers and my sister.
And what are they like?
One of my brothers was very accepting, said that he was, happy for me. He said it didn't. He may not agree with the issue, but, he was happy that I was happy, and he's the only one that's ever said anything like that. And
okay.
He's the only one that's actually...
There's your family.
Yeah. At this point right now, yeah, he is.
And that's what you take. And that's who you're in contact with.
And the weird thing about it is that I usually don't even speak to him.
Well, that's something you didn't know. It's a hidden resource. The other brother?
He is a born-again Christian.
He's not going to be accepted.
No, and his sister-in-law basically called me up and cussed me out. And, she said, we still love you, but we do not know how. And,
we do not know how what?
We love you. So, I mean, that's, very hard for me to accept, especially because I considered him like my father because he raised me.
And you ought to let them know that in the letter.
I did.
Okay. Have you gotten a response?
Yes, I have.
Which was?
My brother told me that he thought it was very unethical that I wrote a letter instead of telling everybody in person. And I typed a letter, and he said that he couldn't believe that it was a typed letter and not a handwritten letter because he didn't think that was appropriate.
Well, look at where he's going. I mean, the letter was... You wrote a letter and that you typed it is what's wrong here.
That's what I told him. I said, if that's the only complaint.
Well. I mean, he's looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
He's got nothing, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And what he will not deal with is his pain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And when someone tells you that you should have written a letter or that it should have been, or shouldn't have written a letter, what they're really telling you is that there's no way you can win right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got one brother. Your sister loves you and wants to help you but won't accept you.
Right.
Okay.
My sister and I are extremely, extremely close.
Okay.
And she unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but she married a Baptist.
What does that mean? There are Baptist homosexuals, I can tell you. I know quite a few.
Right. But according to my brother-in-law, they're not very understanding and very accepting of the situation.
All right.
Unfortunately, she's into that situation right now.
Well, that's where it is with them.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly we make our family out of our friends. We furnish our lives with the people we make, and we try to bring them into our lives in a way that makes us feel as if we have someone who answers the yearnings of our heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's your family that you're counting on and they don't follow through in the way you want, it's a disappointment. But the truth is, it's not a surprise.
No, it's not so much a surprise as it is everyone in my family has met this person, and they've all said, he's a great guy, we like him a lot, and now that I've told him he's no longer welcome in their house, and, he's the one who is basically the evil person.
Of course, and they're going to say that.
Exactly.
But so let it be. You have to realize that, the rejection and the being ground under and the abuse is part of that in your family. I wish it were otherwise. Be close to the brother who accepts you, and that's the beginning, and who knows where that'll lead to. Take care.
Thank you.
Okie doke.